When they write the history of Mastercard Foundation, it will be a long one, because Mastercard Foundation has been involved in so many things that pertain to changing the lives of Kenyans. Let me invite the country director, Hannah Tsadik, to come and speak with us.
Good morning, everyone. How are you feeling? It's good seeing all of you in this room, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends, young leaders, young innovators. It's going to be a fantastic couple of days that we'll have together, and I'm really looking forward to joining all of you. For those of you who may not be able to see me, my name is Hannah Tsadik. I'm a woman of African origin, about 170 centimeters, long brown hair. I'm wearing black pants and a green cape. And let me tell you about my green cape. My green cape is from one of my favorite Kenyan designers. It's called Hisi Studios, and it's a disability inclusive brand right here in Nairobi. And right here on going down is text in Braille, in pearls, and it says, "Seeing hearts, seeing hearts, seeing hearts." And I think it's, thank you. I think it really grounds the conversation that we're going to be having here. And I really want to appreciate Julius, Paul, Doreen, Orban for just reminding us that inclusion begins when we see with our hearts, when we see the whole person, when we see their potential, their capacity, their leadership. So I think this cape somehow was prophetic and echoing the things that you said this morning. I'm excited to be here with all of you today because Africa is at a pivotal moment. Digital transformation, artificial intelligence, and new economies are reshaping how we learn, how we work, how we build. And these decisions that we make now will have an impact for generations. But here's the question that I want us to sit with this week, and it's a question that our host began with already. Thank you so much, Karen, for setting such a wonderful tone for this conference. The question I want us to sit with is, will Africa's digital future be built inclusively, or will it repeat the exclusions of the past? Let me say that again. Will Africa's digital future be built inclusively, or will we repeat the exclusions of the past? Because this is not just about access. It's about who gets to shape these systems, whose realities are reflected in the dashboards, in the platforms, in the policies. Whether young people with disabilities are seen as users of technology, or whether we see them as the innovators, the designers, the entrepreneurs that drive Africa's digital future forward. At the Mastercard Foundation, we believe that Africa's future prosperity depends exactly on that shift. And that is why inclusion sits at the heart of our Young Africa Works strategy, and why in Kenya alone, we have committed to supporting at least 350,000 young women and men with disabilities to access dignified and fulfilling work. And this is not just a number, not just a target. It's an acknowledgement that exclusion is expensive, and that the talent that we've been overlooking for far too long is precisely the talent that Africa needs right now. And we are already seeing what that innovation looks like in practice. Right here in Kenya, we have an example in Eli Sabatia, who built Signverse. It's an AI platform that translates speech and text into sign language, making education, healthcare, public services accessible to hearing impaired communities across Africa. In Ghana, we have Elizabeth Achampong's company, TechWorks, and her company converts manual wheelchairs into electric-powered ones, bringing independence to users across African cities. And this is African innovation that solves African challenges. And that's exactly the ecosystem that's here this week And it's exactly the ecosystem that we would like to support as the Mastercard Foundation. And many of you are here this week, many of you innovators. So please make your voices heard. We are proud of you, we see you, and we can't wait to learn more from you. Here in Kenya, I'm very proud to also share that we have just recently launched our first dedicated program for young persons with disabilities in Kenya. Normally we do it as a mainstreaming initiative, but we have just recently launched a dedicated program called Unlocking Opportunities, and we're very proud to be partnering with Enable, Humanity Inclusion, Next Step Foundation, and Riziki Source to embed accessibility, assistive technology, inclusive skilling, and employer engagement, very important, into the broader digital and economic ecosystem. And we are proud this week to be partnering with many other players who are present this week. We have the We Can Work initiative with Light for the World. I see a number of colleagues from Light for the World, and the African Disability Forum. And this is a partnership that really works on disability inclusive employment and education systems across multiple African countries. We are proud to be part of the unveiling of phase 1 of the Assistive Technology Landscape Report with Stellenbosch University. Looking forward to that this week. We are very, very proud to be partnering with young African innovators through our Center for Innovative Teaching and Learning that is really working on inclusive EdTech. And we are very excited to see what you will bring to this week. And a very critical partnership with the Disability Data Initiative and the South African Medical Research Council, which is strengthening data, disability disaggregated data that will sharpen our ways of setting inclusion targets and making sure that we have evidence programming across the continent. And it was just fantastic to be part of this unveiling here. A bit shocked at the confetti that came down, but wonderful, wonderful seeing how you have managed Enable and several organizations to help secure the country's first ever standards for accessibility in ICT products and services. We heard the Honorable CS also speak about it. We'll hear more about it. It's something that we are very proud of, and we're hoping that many other countries across Africa will also adopt this, because this is the kind of coalition-driven, systems-level change that will help us get to lasting inclusion. This conference is also a very critical conference. 7 years in the making. Congratulations on that. It's wonderful also to honor Baba Karen. Thank you so much for being behind this as well. And this is exactly the kind of change that we would like to be behind. It's inclusion that is built with organizations that are rooted in community in the front, and many of us partners with logos there to align behind you. Because partnership is done together, collaboration is done together. We need government to strengthen policy and infrastructure. We need private sector to go beyond accessible products and push on inclusive hiring and push in terms of investment in African-led innovation. We need you researchers to generate locally relevant evidence, and organizations of persons with disabilities, you must remain at the center. You are the ones to provide us leadership, accountability, and lived expertise. And very critically, we must keep listening and partnering with young people with disabilities themselves, because they are not waiting for inclusion. They are already leading, they're already innovating, they're already building the Africa that we say that we want. So in that spirit, I want to acknowledge every single young person in this room who are doing amazing things in the different spaces. We support you. This work is exactly why we're here, and you are the work that is really leading the way. So as we gather here this week, I'd like to leave us with a challenge, a call to action, as the judge said before me. Let us stop treating accessibility as compliance, and let's start treating it for what it actually is. It's innovation, it's economic opportunity, and it's the foundation of Africa's future competitiveness. And as the Mastercard Foundation, we are committed and excited to walk alongside of partners across Africa to help advance this work, because inclusive systems are stronger systems. They are more innovative, more resilient, and they're better positioned to unlock opportunities for everybody. With that, thank you so much, asante sana, and I thank you and I wish you all a very meaningful and wonderful conference. Thank you so much. Thank you.